is Elin Waring, and most of the time I'm a professor of sociology at Lehman College, and part of the time I also work on building Joomla websites and doing stuff with Joomla. Way back when the web first started, I started making websites for my classes, and I really wanted them to be able to find the course materials and to be able to find each other and those kinds of things. And so I started building sites by hand, and eventually I realized this was a lot of work, and I started looking for a content management system. And to make a long story short, I found Joomla and the Joomla community, and I've been there ever since before it was called Joomla, so a little over 5 years. The book is really about how to build a Joomla website. It's really about how to build a website using Joomla. That was the first thing. We didn't want to make this is strictly a how-to Joomla book, because Joomla is a tool. So it's really for people who want to build a website and who want to understand what they're doing when they build a website. So it's not just click here, click here, click here. It's really trying to explain what's going on and why you're doing what you're doing. And we try to take the reader through the logical steps you would go through. Even say if you hired someone to build a website for you, you wouldn't start off the first day with that person giving you a website. The person would start off by talking to you about what your goals are for the site, what your vision is, what message are you trying to send. And it's kind of unusual for a Joomla book to start with that process, but that's what we do because that's how we build sites. So we're really trying to show how professionals build websites, but also how the regular user who's just doing it for fun, or someone like me who just wants a website for their students to be able to access their course materials, can build a site that works for them and that they understand what they're doing, and they can let that site grow with them if they want to have it grow, or they can keep it simple if they want to keep it simple. I don't think there's another book just like it, but I think what's really unusual about this book is Jenny and I are kind of Joomla community people. So, for example, I have over 7,500 responses to questions on the Joomla forums, and Jenny has a similar kind of number in the multiple thousands of responses. So we've been in the trenches talking to people about what they find hard, what they find easy, what they love about Joomla, what they'd like to change about Joomla, and we're in there participating in all that. So we're really part of the Joomla community, and part of our goal with the book is to really help people not just to make a Joomla site, but encourage them to be part of the Joomla community, because it's a great community. So many people tell me when I talk to them about Joomla that they chose Joomla not just because it's great software, but because they love the community. When they came, people were helpful and friendly and helped them move and build a great site without ever being nasty or mean, just supportive and helpful. So we really want people to engage with that. One thing that's really special about our book that way is we do start out telling you kind of about why you should use open source software, why the people who build Joomla care so much about that, and also we have a whole series of interviews with people from the Joomla community. So I really love the interviews because you see the diversity of perspectives and points of view of the Joomla community, from the deep down software developers to the site implementers to people who build extensions and people who host Joomla websites, all different kinds of perspectives. But it's the real variety and diversity of the Joomla community that's so great. And I think that comes across in the book. I think how passionate we are about Joomla really comes across in the book too. You want to build a site that's maintainable. In other words, it's really easy to get caught up when you're first building a website to adding all kinds of stuff and features and fancy things. And then you see a couple months later one of those really depressing sites that says blog, and there hasn't been a blog post in a year or a few months and there's no news. So it's just better to build a site that you can maintain and then gradually build up to, as if you decide you really love doing it, to build up to a more complicated site. And otherwise, like, keep it at the pace you're able to maintain, because that's just one of the biggest problems that we see. People kind of underestimating how much time and energy it takes to maintain a complex website.